Thanks for joining Interlink Cloud Advisors to talk about Microsoft's Enterprise Mobility Suite today. We want to give you a quick overview on the power of the Enterprise Mobility Suite, also known as EMS. So what we want to do is look at the day in the life of a user. Our user's name is Fred. Our Fred has access to the cloud. He's got access to a ton of different applications, right? His expense management's in the cloud, obviously Office 365, project management, and even a CRM tool, all those things that he's accessing. Some of those are even at the customer site. It's actually the customer's project management tool that Fred's getting access to. The challenge is that Fred's a security issue because we're asking him to have a complex username and password and to have a different username and password for each of these different websites and to keep track of them. That's a huge headache for Fred. But one of the things we can offer with Enterprise Mobility Suite is single sign-on. That includes access to over 2,400 SaaS-based applications that Fred can now log into with a single username and password, which is awesome. And we're still going to ask him for it to be complex, and sometimes he's not going to remember that. So we're going to enable him with self-service password reset, the ability to reset his own password if he ever forgets it or makes it too complex for even himself to remember. Now, the other cool part is we have Jessica. Jessica is one of our network admins, and what's nice is out of the gate, she already understands strong passwords and has one, which is awesome. But Jessica has access all over our network. She has huge rights into many different things as one of our network admins, and so we've got to be extra careful that her credentials stay secure. One of the things we're going to do with that is we're going to add multi-factor authentication. It's going to work with her cell phone, and it's going to allow us to do a variety of things to make sure that she is who she says she is when she goes to log in. So the multi-factor authentication could send a text message. We're all used to that in banking today. There's an app on the different platforms, including Android and iPhone, that literally will pull up. It has a random number generator that matches the login credentials and authorizes that second prompt. Or it could just give her a phone call. So lots of different setup options there. What's also really nice is because we know that Jessica's machine, we know which machine she uses regularly, we can go ahead and exempt that machine from multi-factor, or if she's in the office, we can exempt that IP address range. So what's nice is we're not asking her to do multi-factor every single time she logs in, we're giving her some exemptions. And also we've got some security reporting. So both for Fred and Jessica, we could see that Fred logged in from Seattle, and simultaneously or near simultaneously also logged in from Bulgaria. And we can see that's a problem. How do we go proactively take care of that versus reactively take care of that? Now, Fred also carries a variety of devices. One of those is a Surface. That's his laptop, primary laptop. We want to make sure that is also secure. So one of the great things about Enterprise Mobility Management, it comes with Windows Intune that allows for patch management, virus protection on that device. We can set up a software store so Fred knows with confidence that these are the apps that he should be installing on his machine. And we can do little things like have hardware software inventory of that machine. So when Fred calls and says, hey, I need a new machine, I need a new hard drive, mine's full, we might be able to respond back, hey, delete the 80 gig worth of iTunes files and give us a shout back. We'll also have the ability to control Fred's device, right? Fred uses an iPhone, and for that we can provide mobile device management. We can lock that device down, so if he says, I lost it, I don't know where, we could lock it. We can wipe it out if he knows for sure that it's gone. We can do a selective wipe if he's retiring that device or Fred decides to leave our company. We can take our business data off of it without taking Fred's personal data off of it. And we can also wrap data and applications, and this is new technology that allows us to go in and say anything, especially when you have Office, for example, on the iPhone or the iPad. If Office is on the iPad, we put a wrapper around it. That means data can be used in Office, but it really can't be taken out of that bubble. So I can't take information that might be stored in OneDrive in my corporate cloud and move it to my Dropbox personal account, for example. And then we can go through and wipe out that wrapped data and applications if we ever need to do that for that device. So we're protecting Fred, we're protecting Fred's laptop, protecting Fred's iPhone. We can also actually protect the data itself. And so one of the things you can say is that, Fred leaves the company, copies everything off at a USB, but I can actually set up content management rules on the document itself. So I can say this is a read-only document. There's no forwarding on it. I can't print it off, for example, and I can mark all these things very clearly that they're confidential. So it's a wonderful way to kind of wrap around and make sure the actual data is secure as well. So quick overview of Microsoft Enterprise Mobility Suite, everything from the user authentication, making sure that's more secure, to the individual desktop PC devices, making sure that they're secure and locked down, to the mobile devices to make sure that they're holding more and more data every day and it's protected, all the way down to the actual data itself. Enterprise Mobility Suite.